Why, hello everybody, I am Carvil, and welcome to Your Boyfriend, a psychological horror game, visual novel thingy. I was gonna bring a few friends in, but none of them want to do this. I understand it. So, well, the game speaks for itself. This game contains explicit images and content that may be disturbing. Pretty much, game's fucked up. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. By Inverted Mind Incorporation, whatever the fuck that is. Black Shepherd Games. I'm gonna let it roll so then we can play. Yep. Alright. So we have play, options, and exit. The only options is the resolution. Currently, this is only day one, I'm pretty sure, because it's just a demo. So, let's play. Anyway, I do hope that it captures everything, and this is actually the first time playing this game or watching any video about it. Or, I haven't watched anything about it, that's what I'm saying. So let's play it. Enter your name. I am Carvil. Carvil. Welcome, Carvil. You two have fun. Okay, this is gonna be fun. My life has been chaotic. I need to press the button. My family broke out into another fair drama, so I left the nest. Went straight to college and got an apartment job. But lately my job is a greasy spoon diner and it's been unbearable. The job doesn't pay the best, so that meant I had to find a roommate to afford an apartment. And now my roommate is always bringing some dropout into our apartment for late night study sessions. The sleep schedule is wrecked, and even better, the rent of our apartment is late. I heard once that if you become a roommate with a friend, you won't stay friends for long. In my case, the friendship gets strained thinner as my friend keeps making excuses why they need to cover their for the rent. Thanks to that debate, I'm working hard just to lose money on the rent. I'm nearly broke and getting a second job feels like it would kill me. At least in this park, I have some alone time. Alright then. I've always loved this part. Sorry, I'm pretty bad. Mumbling and, yeah. I've always loved this part of the park. It's untouched by obnoxious family members and college jerks. The only people who come here are the grounds guard, and even then, they only come by in the morning. Right. Shit. Fuck. Right when I have to record. Closing my eyes, I rub my face and huff out the tension in my lungs so that I can calm down enough to enjoy the peace and quiet. Just then, I feel someone sit down beside me. Startled, I turn around and look towards the interloper.
Oh, hey, take it easy, it's just me.
Thank God I don't have to voice that character. Jesus Christ. Trying to say the detail around the eyes are a little bit creepy. It works. The stranger says, trying to keep me from leaping into high off
You're
the
a
park
jumpy
jump.
one, aren't you?
Park bench. Word. He smiles and scoots himself close to me, shyly and awkwardly. I keep my eyes on him, unsure what his intentions are. His unblinking eyes don't strain from mine, not once. That is creepy. I know people who don't blink at all, really. Like, I've never seen them blink. Which is creepy, but it's just creepy. No good, not really.
So, are you waiting for a family member or a friend? Just seems kind of odd for you to be sitting out here, all alone like this and so far away from the jogging track.
A chill runs down my spine. I cross my arm over my chest and slide myself away from him and closer to the edge of the bench. How often does a sane person walk up to you out of the blue and start asking such questions? Funny story, I do that to some people. I get bored and I'm like, oh, they're sitting there all alone. How you doing, friend? It is very creepy. And, I've gotten yelled at because of it. But, yeah, it's because I have a need to talk. And if I don't have that satisfied, it just fucks with my brain. Like an OCD. Like OCD, I kinda like that. Not often. For me, at least. He picks up on my unease and restrains from sliding any closer. He crosses his fingers in between his legs and smiles awkwardly. Alright, I guess I forgot to voice this line. I mean, I can't do his voice. My voice is terrible. I mean, you don't look like a groundskeeper, or one of the old people feeding pigeons after doing Tai Chi? Something Asian culture, I don't know. No, I'm just getting some alone time to myself. Things have been pretty intense lately. He scoots himself even closer, his hand nearly touching mine as he smiles shyly.
Look, I know this is sudden, very sudden, but if you're free tonight, can I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner?
Ah! Can I have the pleasure? Never mind, he was the weird one. I can't tell if he's a bit awkward or just eccentric. I think it's the word for it. What? Why? Why did he have such an interest in me?
Well, I'm your boyfriend.
Okay, this is gonna be very interesting. I can tell right off the bat.
Isn't that why you're here?
I'm currently looking into the recording software, and I'm just saying this. Just to say this right now. What the fuck? Boyfriend. Why would he be assuming we were in a relationship? There is an awkward silence as a stranger sits patiently for my answer. Okay, this is very weird. Dinner does sound nice. I guess. It's not like I'm doing anything anyways, so it'll be a nice break from the money. I, my nom, I can't say words. Dyslexia, don't fail me now. I'm trying, I don't know what that word meant. Anyway, God knows I could stand to forget my problems for a few hours, and this guy seemed interesting enough to keep my mind off things. Really? That's great. He beams, taking hold of my hand into his own. I'll see you tonight at 7. He was about to stand up from the bench, but pauses abruptly when he realizes that he has forgotten something. Oh, almost forgot. We need a place to meet up. Sorry. I know that I sound absent-minded, but I'm just so excited. How about the old diner downtown? It's nice and quiet. No one will disturb us. Dinner downtown? Which one? You know, the one that you work at. How the fuck would you know that? Oh, okay. Turns to like, if this is like a sitcom, I would just look towards the camera, hand over mouth, like, what the fuck am I getting myself into? Great, see you tonight. And just like that, he hurries off with a leap in every step. Looked like he had just won the lottery. I watch him as he disappears down the path that bends around a shallow hill and out of view. The park was quiet again, and serene loneliness sets in once more. And it's just me and a few songbirds singing in the nearby tree. I sit for a while, replaying the strange encounter in my head a few times. I suppose I should be flattered that he took some interest in me. I can't tell if meeting someone like that is normal or not. It's nothing like I've seen in the movies or television. But then again, if I were a Hollywood detective, maybe it would be as normal, but then it would be almost annoying. Feel my cheeks flush as I think about him saying, "Can I have the pleasure?" A shy smile creeps from corners of my mouth. He must be as new as to. He must be as new to this as I am. What a shy, awkward guy. The spirit stops singing it as I feel a knock around the pit of my stomach. How did he know where I work? Dance damn diner! That's the kind of diners we would have here if people actually gave a shite about names. I remember there was I think it was called Features. Yeah, it's a really good diner downtown in the main town area. Yeah, well, central town in where I live. It's really nice. It has also really good French toast. Really fucking good. Sorry. Back to this. 7 p.m. I show up at the diner, right? Feeling rather unusual about meeting someone at the place that I work at a completely spontaneous dinner date, and with a complete stranger who knew that I worked here. Oh god. Weird. I take a seat at the booth towards the back. The dinner isn't very busy tonight, which is less unusual than most people would assume, even though I work here. This isn't where I would choose to eat at dinner. Maybe he was another customer that I never pay attention to. While I work, I let my mind drift, and after a while I do my job as if it were an autopilot. I didn't really pay much attention to names and faces, even towards regulars. Maybe he was one of those regulars, building up his courage to ask me out every day, but kept losing his nerve. It's kind of cute, though. but I really want to but do I really want to do this? Taking my seat, I wait. Look at the old-fashioned neon light clock that hangs out over the jukebox. Oh, I would love. Oh my god. Like we never had like where I live now. It's like like you know it's Canada. Where I live, it's like the South. Not that cold. It doesn't get that cold. But we don't get like diners like this. Not spontaneous, colorful. Like most diners don't have that stuff. Probably. We only have like dreary stuff. Like again, in features, it's like the only diner that actually has this kind of colorfulness to it. And if you actually want anything like this, or any like homey diner feel that doesn't feel like a fucking factory, you have to go out of town. The smaller ones. Yeah. He's 5 minutes late. Might as well buy myself a milkshake while I wait. Well, the waitress sometimes she's surprised to see me at dinner on my day off. I imagine that's what she'll tell me. Job loyalty is one thing, but the food here isn't worth writing home about. Yeah. After serving this stuff for a few months now, I agree with her. But at least the milkshakes are good. They're a really old-fashioned kind. With real ice cream and ingredients, not powdered mix and flavored syrups like the fast food places. Yeah. Waitress must have less busy then. I assume she brought my milkshake to me only a few minutes later. I pulled a spoon out of a vintage-looking ice cream glass and lick it clean. So good! I stir at the shake a little before I take a sip. A man rushes into the diner's front doors. He looks like he ran the whole way here with something tugged carefully in his arms. I immediately recognize his sleeveless hoodie and blue shirt. He quickly scanned the diner in a bit of a panic. He was running late and probably thought that I may have already left. I was one of the few people in the diner, but he still didn't seem to see me very quickly. I wave him over. A smile of relief spreads across his face. He's still winded. He hurries down the rows of booths and sits across from me. You're late. I know. So I'm so sorry. I had to make a quick stop. He speaks between breaths. I don't know where he came from, but he must have ran the whole way when he realized that he was running late. Giving a timid smile, he pulls out a long white box that he was carrying. Hoists it on the table and slides it over to me. Here, I brought this for you. Thinking about it earlier today in the park. Maybe a little creepy to ask you for your first day in this spot. I thought I might get you a little something as a way of apologizing. If it was awkward for you, of course. You got something for me? Really? It better not be severed ear or fingers. That is what I was thinking, but I'm like, no! This game doesn't do that, but yeah, this is a psychological horror game, so probably. Opening the box, I look inside. I see the, oh yeah, by the way, that's the end of the screen. So yeah, that's like, yeah. Anyway, sorry. I got distracted there. Opening the box, I look inside. I see two long-stemmed roses with deep red petals. The thorns were removed, and they are bound by shimmering black silk ribbon. Anyway, just random thing. During the Victorian era, they would actually exchange flowers to play messages, because it was act like robots pretty much. Red means love you. You can send like a hey straw, like I feel the same way, or a woman could go like an orange or a yellow to say I'm not interested. Random thing that came out there. Anyway, back to the game. Oh, I do like roses. Lovely, thank you. He smiles as I take the roses out of the box gently, as if the thorns were still in the stem. I draw the aroma in deeply, and they are wonderfully fresh and fragrant. It's no bouquet or anything, but I thought they'd look nice. He watches me admire his gift. Jesus, blink, motherfucker, blink! You're very nice, thank you. Actually, if they did actually put the animation of blinking, that would be even more creepy. I place the roses gently back into their box. He can't possibly grin any fucking wider. He realizes that he is staring at me, maybe just a little too long for comfort, as he reverts his eyes shyly. Yeah, yep, sure is. But there are a few nagging questions that have been hanging over me like a storm cloud. And while he's in good mood, I figured that I should inquire a little bit about this cute but bizarre stranger. Dinner in a greasy spoon diner with a stranger carrying a box of roses doesn't seem ordinary, but I'd make sure he wasn't going to propose at the cash register. I stirred the milkshake with a straw for a second or two. So? How did you know I work here? Oh, well, I walk by this place rather often on my walks. I catch glimpses of you through the window from time to time while you're working. I try coming in, but I get cold feet and just keep walking. That just reminds me of a few people I know. But they're not this weird. Not weird, just like, like a loser. He glares down at the table shamefully. I reach over and grab his hand as a reassuring pat, just like, pat, pat, pat. Nah, you're not a loser. Jesus Christ. Do you know what? I don't even know your name. My name? A smile on his face hangs in a slight grimace before his gaze drifts off to the side. I really don't like my name, honestly. I'd rather be called something else, like a nickname or something. He must have a really horrible name, or something horrible parents that he wants to associate with. Okay, how about... Okay, I'm gonna call him something. Let's call him Kicker. If you guys are from the Blue Cog channel, you'll understand what the joke is. How about Kicker? He seems pleasant with what I came up with, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. Yeah, that's much better, honestly. Thank you. I assure him and give his hand another gentle squeeze. The expression of disgust instantly evaporates into delight over the name I gave him. Wow, I didn't realize until now that he has some really beautiful blue eyes. Whatever color left me taking the deep blue hue. I didn't realize that I was staring until he spoke up. We having a moment or what? Jesus Christ, like... Same color as the shaded area. Anyway. A blush spreads over my cheeks as he squeezes my hand back. It's alright. Put my hand from his, cursing myself for staring like that. Wow, now I'm the awkward one. I look away shyly. I can feel the heat radiating from my cheeks, and I imagine them glowing bright red like a Christmas light. The thought makes my cheeks warmer and probably even more red. He chuckles and shakes his head. Hey, there's nothing to be sorry for. Jackson. I feel like the voice actor back in here is a lot better with him. He assures me with a soft smile he looks around for something to break the tension, and his eyes fall upon my milkshake. Hey, I was supposed to buy something. Well, you kinda already did. I point to the box of roses. Besides, we could share this, just as long as I get the cherry deal. I scoot the milkshake towards him. He looks to the side, reaching over to take it. Man, at first date we're the only one buying. I'm a terrible at this. Well, how about you buy next time? His eyes go wide and he stares at me with surprise.
Next time? You want to meet up again?
Did not expect the voice actor to come back. Well, this wasn't a total disaster, right? So yeah. His face glows as red as I imagined mine had, and he stammers wildly as all of his thoughts unexpectedly evaporate in an explosion of joy. I mean, I guess it wasn't. I mean, I don't think so, but I don't want to argue with you. It's so cute seeing him struggle for a coherent thought, while also trying to contain his happiness of being with me, of all people. Still, as much as I enjoy his company, and regardless of how flattering it's been, I can stay long. Look out the window and a bit of exaggerated in order to get his attention. It's getting dark. I don't like walking home late night. How about we continue this on our next date? Standing up from my seat, I pull out one of my napkins from the dispenser. Do you have a pen? Oh, I think I do. He pulls out one from his pocket and hands it to me. I write down my name, my number, smiling, pass the pen and the napkin back to him. Here, call me, we could hang out again. Soon, alright? Taking the pen and napkin from my hand, he glances at the number in complete awe before looking back up to me. Of course. I'd love to see you again. I walk to the register, pay for the milkshake, and with another quick look back at him, I wave and leave the diner. I walk more quickly to try and make it back to the apartment before nightfall. It gets colder outside, but for some reason I feel warm the whole walk back. Now we're gonna meet the roommate, I do believe, because you mentioned roommate. Once I'm finally back in my apartment, I quietly walk to my room so that I don't disturb my roommate. Judging by the thumping and moaning sounds coming from the other side of the wall, they seem to have another study session. The sounds currently is just... Hold on, I'll let you guys listen. It's very silent and very quiet, and I don't like it. Fuck, I wish they would be more quiet. I have to live here too. I don't bother to turn off the lights in my room. Turn on the lights in my room and flop heavily onto my bed, face first into the mattress. Limbs spread wide, letting out a long, loud groan that made the couple next door pause for a brief moment. I eventually roll onto my back and stare at the ceiling. Despite having so many things on my mind earlier, my thoughts never stray from Kicker. Looking over to the box that was still in my hand, I open it one more time, pull out the bundled roses and smiling a little, draw on their sweet fragrance again. I hope he calls soon. End of day one. Alright, that is the demo. There's probably more to this game. So, because I don't think we've been here long, only 20 minutes, that's not long. So, I have a proposal. How about we go through this again? Being a bit more of an asshole, instead of my general reaction. We can support, which means it goes out to Patreon. If you want to support this and find out the full game, just look up your boyfriend, like, the game. On Google, you can find it, or I put in the description for the website to download it. The demo's free, and probably after the game is fully finished, because it's 3 days currently, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, let's try this again. Right, okay, so I had to end the recording there, just so we can go through the other playthroughs. So, let's hopefully skip through it. If not, Ed and Carvil, go fuck yourself. And, probably skip towards the decisions, as I think there's a button if you're doing that. Oh yeah, I am Carvil. Yep, okay, this is a skip button, so let's just do that.
Oh, hey. So, just seems.
No. Let's go with the asshole move now. No, rather not. Put my hand away from his. I thought that I would normally try to at least attempt to be polite, but when I turn down someone's advance, but the stranger's presumptuous makes my skin crawl. He sits there for a moment with a firm stare before pulling his hand away in a reluctant retreat. Oh, I see. I think I got messages from you. I mean, it doesn't make much sense for you to come here or not want me. I stand up from the bench and then turn to leave. Hopefully I can get back to my frequent... I can get more to frequent... I can get back to the more frequented parts of the park before any other creeps crawl from under the rocks and bushes. Where are you going? He's just back at me from the bench, but I can't read his expression. And it is the tempest of mixed emotions, and none of them are positive or playfully awkward as when I first met him. It's getting late. I'm gonna head back home. I lied. I glanced over my shoulder to find the nearest path out of the park and nearest public street. Oh, well, maybe I can walk you home then. Yeah, hell no, I'm good. Looks like it's nothing personal, but you're coming off as a bit of a creepy person. I'm not really that comfortable around you, buddy, alright? He rubs his arm awkwardly. Creepy, but, sorry, I have to go. Fuck off. I cut him off and start walking away, occasionally looking over my shoulder. I don't want him creeping up on me while my back was turned. He never moves. He just sits there with a forlorn look on, and looks and stares quietly at the ground. I wander around the city, a little bit more, visiting places I normally wouldn't visit. I almost tried to rhyme that, but that was terrible. My paranoia's gotten to me. Look over my shoulder. Wonder if he might be still lurking somewhere behind me. I don't. Maybe I'm overthinking things. But who knows? Some guy who presumes that he's your boyfriend before either of you even know each other's name is probably one of the most psychologically healthiest people on the planet, are they? Well, that's creepy enough to warrant them from my cold shoulder. Still, the way I left him behind like that made me feel a little bit like I was a jerk. Answer: you don't. I come across a local florist shop that I remember passing on a few of my downtown walks. Okay. I've always been meaning to stop in and pick up some flowers for the apartment, but I never seem to find the time. Well, I have time now. I could use a diversion. Why not? Oh, this is where you got the flowers. Walking in, I look around and take in a rather pleasant aroma of the shop. I wander past the quaint displays of flower arrangements, potted plants, and small gifts of potpourri. I had a particular purchase in mind. I don't know how to say that word. I'm just gonna say potpourri. From a rustic wooden shelf, display contains the flowers and various houseplants that come a lovely, pungent fragrance from the deep red roses. Being mindful that some still have thorns, I reach out to pick one up. I feel a hand brush against mine. I pull my hand away quickly and glance at the person I didn't see on the side of the display.
Oh, fancy seeing you here.
Oh, fuck this! That's my first reaction to get up. Nope, okay. The man from the park beams up upon. The man from the park beams up, seeing me, and gives me a smile before pulling the rose out. I don't see. I didn't know you shopped here too. I don't! I say, shocked by his presence. The man then gestures to me with a finger over his lips. Shh, it's a small shop, there's no need to raise your voice. His comment rubs me the wrong way, and I try to compose myself. But you follow me here? Whisper harshly. Unsurely I've crossed paths with him again. On pure coincidence if I ever need to worry about him after all. What? Of course not. He looks a little hurt by my accusation. I come here almost every day, you know. Was I really being a dick to him? Fumbles around with the rose in his hand. His eyes stay shyly focused on the ground. I love flowers. The little shop is like there's only one nearby, and I'm curious to see what bouquets they've made, if they've have on sale. If you guys know from the last playthrough, there was no bouquets. That's a fucking lie! I'll admit that sometimes get a glimpse of you through the windows of the diner, though. You work out. Lately, I've been meaning to walk in to say hi, but I lost my nerves and stay out. It's just not too bad. There's a lot of decisions here, so I'm gonna keep with what I think the main, doing this, the two main ways you can go. Being an asshole and being a good person. Maybe I am overreacting. I guess it's understandable. I mutter. It's difficult for me to notice people when I'm walking the same path almost every day like a mindless robot. I guess I can only judge them for my lack of awareness. Look, I have to get going. I say, breaking the silence between the two of us. He clears his throat to muster up his courage. As he steps closer, hesitates on a question for a brief moment, and then finally speaks. I know you have interest in me, but I get that, but I can at least see you again. Not like a date or anything, but just to hang out. I feel as though we got off on a bad start. Why? I don't even know your name. My name is a joke, really. I much prefer nickname for me. The smile on his face fades into a slight grimace before his gaze drifts off to the side. I really don't like my name. Normally, I'd rather be called something else, like a nickname or something. I didn't mention it earlier, but yeah, I have the same thing. I fucking hate my name. So I prefer to be just, I remember Chris, and I feel there's actually no my real name. They just call me Carvil, though, because, like Enclave, you call him Connor. Yeah, I fucking hate my name. It's stupid. He must have a really horrible name, or horrible parents that want to dissociate with him. Taking this moment, there was no real harm in making a nickname for him. After all, it was easier to remember. Well, how about... I was so tempted to put a 2 on the end, but no. You seemed pleasant with what I came up with, despite how silly attack may have been. Yeah, it's better, honestly, thank you. Look outside, the sun's getting low in the sky. Well, it's getting dark. I better get going home. It was nice to meet you, Kicker. I turn to leave the shop. Hey, wait! Calls out to me. I turn to see him smiling sheepishly. Can we at least walk you home? Sure. I see nothing wrong with this. I see everything wrong with this. He's gonna follow us home. He's gonna be in the fucking bed at night. I bet it. He tries to keep a cool composure as I accept his offer, but I can see in his eyes that he is struggling not to bounce all over the walls. Honestly, I feel like this could go really, really badly. I know that he still has a thing for me, but this time around he wasn't pushing it and isn't. Instead, respecting my not wanting to date. He glances at the rose and still in his hand and then holds it out to me. My mind goes blank for a second before I find myself nodding. Thanks. You don't have to, though. No, I insist. He smiles and walks over to cash register, pulls out a wallet, and thumbs through some small bills while the florist wraps the rose and places it in the stark white box with the rose purchased. He hands the box to me. Shall we get going? Yeah, let's. Leave the store with him, and together we walk to my apartment. Ding 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 ding. The walk is surprisingly nice, and two of us go back and forth in conversation. Kicker, surprisingly, did most of the talking. He kept going on about his job as a product tester, and most of the products were cheap junk. That makes sense. Like they're cheap pieces of shit. I just get paid to do them, to use them. Once we arrive at my apartment, the kicker looks down at me and tucks his hands in his pockets. Well, home sweet home. He grinned shyly. We stay in the hallway, neither of us know exactly what the fuck to say. I start hearing faint sounds of my roommate and the study partners pissing around the side. Kicker hears them and his eyes get a bit wide. I cringe over the sounds and mental images of those two in the kitchen countertop flashes in my head. Oh god. Kicker was obviously avoiding eye contact as his cheeks were getting flushed. He was imagining the same thing too. I never felt so embarrassed. More or less. I muttered as I didn't open the door in front of him. Understanding my reluctance to go inside from both my presumptuous horror roommate and my insecurity of having a total stranger outside my apartment, he stepped away to give me a little space. Well, I better get going then. When do you want to meet up again? I mean, when you get time? I think for a minute. Shit, I work all day this week, not a single day off to my name. I don't know. Tomorrow's a slow day since it's Sunday. You can come over if you like. It's like that mom and pop diner by the record store. Having me pose as a customer to extend your break time? Devious. I like it. Flushes me a wary smile before turning and walking down the hall. I'll be there around noon then. He looks over his shoulder, smiles, and waves as he saunters further down the hallway and towards the exit. Okay, so I like this because if you do this like multiple playthroughs, multiple days, you can actually get like different entire storylines. Mostly. Like, different, like, ways of doing it with the same character, because, you know, fucking with the boyfriend. Yep. As well, guys, they have a habit of walking around naked in the study sessions, and I don't even want to see if they're dressed this time. Okay, so this is like, okay. I don't bother to turn on the lights in my room. I flop down my head, face first into the mattress, and lips spread like a star. Letting out a loud, long groan, okay, so you roll on your back, stare at the ceiling, and it was rather eventful today. I got a little quiet time. I didn't even made a new acquaintance, despite how we got off on the wrong foot. Too tired to get up and find a vase or glass for the rose. I rested on the nightstand. I don't give a bother getting undressed. I pull the blankets over myself and roll over and let myself drift off to sleep. Okay, so end of day one. Okay, so will this work this time? Because it didn't last time. It okay. Will work. Okay, so we're gonna do that again, but we're gonna be a complete asshole. So, complete asshole mode. Let's go. Alright, so I had to close and reopen the game again, because fuck this game. It's just like, it's made to play, not to play multiple times probably, or they didn't account for me playing the demo so many times. So, let's play this again. So there's no saving, not because it's just a demo. So, play it again. Enter your name, I'm Carvil. Excuse me. I'm so sorry for that. I'm gonna just skip through to just being an asshole.
Oh, hey, just see.
No. Okay, so yeah, skip through. Look, bro, I got time. I got enough time for this shit. I gotta get going. I don't. I'm not under any pressure right now.
Oh, fancy seeing you here.
You been watching me? Serious? What kind of creep are you? But it's not like that. You reach his hand out towards my shoulder and attempt to consult and calm me down. That's not the right decision to do. Not wanting his greasy, grubby hands anywhere on me, I flinch away in shock and disgust. I like being an asshole. Don't touch me. I see him and then turn away and storm out of the floor shop. I don't look back. Oh. Thorns. It's finally getting dark out. I hate walking home at night. And after crossing paths with a crazy stalker, I have a good reason for it. And now I am out later than I wanted to because I'm trying to take a longer but less traveled path home, just in case a creepy guy knew about my habits. Shit, I have to find a new place to hang out at, and probably a new job. Storm into the apartment and slam the door behind me for another full body shudder. Hear the rummaging sound my roommate and study partner in the kitchen come to an abrupt silence after unceremoniously arrive home. I race to my bedroom, then have a habit of walking around. Yeah, okay. This will be a lot quicker. So. Okay, you finally turned lights on. In my room, I flopped on my bed, a muffled frustration scream with my pillow. Anyway, after a moment, I fell on my back and stared at the ceiling, trying to forget about it. Before I fell asleep from the sheer exhaustion, my last thought was a simple wish. Man, I hope I've never see that weirdo again. If anyone wants to play that game down this route, you're gonna have a long... Okay, so... Alright, let's do this again. Alright, complete asshole. Instead of being a complete asshole, we're just gonna go with like, I don't... Actually, if you don't walk him home, it's probably gonna be the same thing. Yeah, probably. But we're gonna do it anyway. Carvil. Actually, let's stay silent for the next... This will be probably the last playthrough, so... Yeah. Stay silent.
Oh, hey.
It's like, well, buddy, you don't need to press the button so much. This discomforting silence only grows. Still unsure and confused by the situation, I couldn't find words. It was just so sudden. He seemed to take a hand and pull his hand away from mine. Looking away, he chuckles awkwardly. I get it if you don't want me to be your boyfriend. I just thought I'd take a chance to ask you out. If he is guilt-tripping me, he's doing a terrible job. But at least he is taking the hint rather than pushing it. Well, it's just that I don't know you, so... don't worry, I get it. He says, not at all expressing disappointment, but along with showing understanding. I suppose that'd be a little weird out if some random stranger walked up to me and asked me out on a date. Flattered, but still a little fucking uneasy. He is still taking the rejection well, no tantrum, no pressure of any sort. Thank God. I'd better get going then. It was nice talking to you, though. He says, looking back over my shoulder, giving me a smile before giving himself the bench and taking his leave. I watch him walk off, feeling sort of terrible of how things ended the way they did. Maybe I'll apologize if I ever see him again. I stay in the park a little while longer after the out bet, but I don't know if I should go after him or shake it off or enjoy the rest of my afternoon. Running around the city a little bit more, visiting place. Okay, so we're gonna be going to the flower shop again. Yep. Probably one of the psychological. Shoulder. I was a jerk. Oh, hold on. Let's just. Probably new ones? I don't know. Look around taking a rather pleasant view of the shop. I had purchase in mind. The rest are deep roses. Pick one. Blah
Oh,
blah. I know you shopped here too. I don't. Okay, so, okay. You've been watching me? I guess that's not too bad. Let's call him Kicker. Yeah. I lost track. How the Kicker for? I didn't know. I'll be fine. Smell fades, but only a little. He snaps his fingers to frame disappointment. Ah, dang! Took twice in one day. Today's been that kind to me. How about we hang out tomorrow? I smile and shake my head before putting the rose back where it came from. I work all this week. I don't really have time for anything. Well, how about I stop by your work tomorrow? You do take breaks, right? I nodded and, leaving the flowers where they were, we walked out of the shop together. Just milking this thing for dialogue right now. Ow, my arm! I fucking moved my arm in that pattern and just cracked it. Yeah, it's that old crusty Ma and Pa diner. It's not that busy most days. If you want to just shop by and chat for a bit, you can. Honestly, the thought of having someone to casually be around sounded nice, but I don't really want them to get the wrong message. But, fair warning, I'll go talk to you if you're buying anything or eat or drink. I'll bring a few bucks and anything worth getting food poisoning from. I chuckle and smiles wearily. Milkshake's the best I've had for a long time. I'll take your word for it. He looks over my shoulder and sees the shadow of trees and buildings are getting longer. Well, you better hurry, it's getting dark. He now briefly returned, taking his leave. He looks over his shoulder and smiles as he saunters further down the road opposite my apartment. I'll watch him walk down the sidewalk for a moment before going my way. Everything was quiet in my apartment except for the rummaging and the sounds. Yep. Alright then. Alright, this will be different, obviously. Don't bother turning the lights in my room. I fell on bed, face first, lay down on the ground, on the ceiling. It was rather eventful evening. I got a little quiet, and got off the wrong foot first. I'm so exhausted. I'd rather not get dressed. I put the blankets on. I'm shifting around. Okay, so those are all the routes I want to do. So I'll say this again. This is just a demo. If you were to go to Patreon or any other like support services for the creator of this game, you can get like the first day, second day, and third day, all up to date games that you can download. Personally, I'm just gonna wait for the game to be fully released, which will maybe take a while. But I think this came out back in 2020, like early 20, like later 20. I don't remember exactly when. It probably will not be as long as this is a visual novel. Visual novels do not take years. I think most visual novels don't take years. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-da.